Okay, this is number 205. This is going to be its own separate video because it's horrendous. And I must confess, I've done some practice working here to get the official answer as provided by Jolly New Lake here. So, guys, there's the answer that we're trying to get. And I guess it's an exercise in algebra finesse to get exactly what they've given here. So, what the heck, let's have a go. Why are we going to this finesse? Because it does say simplify your answers if possible. And to be honest, if you can simplify your answer to get to as it's presented here, you are definitely going for the excellence in the end of year external. So the easy bit literally is the differentiation bit. So, if this top bit here is going to be u, in fact, let's just call it x to the power of a half, and this bottom bit here is the v, which is going to be 1 plus x 1/3. Okay, so let's just present it neatly and proceed. Let u equal x over half du by dx, or if you want to get quicker notation, just u dash. So let's just do that. That's going to be a half x minus a half. And here's the recommendation, is you put it in fraction form. It just works better. Okay, so let u equals that top bit. The v equals 1 plus this thing here, x 1/3. V dash, or dv by du, dv by dx, sorry, is 1 disappears, and we've got 1/3 x negative 2/3, which is like saying 1 over 3 x 2/3. So there are our 4 bits. Let's just underline them. U dash, V, and V dash. Okay, so literally, to get the answer, you could argue this is the answer. This diagonal first, it's going to be 1 plus x 1/3 times this, so that comes on the bottom, 2x 1/2 minus that times that. That's going to be x half over 3x 1/6. Okay, and technically, the whole thing obviously is what's the rule suggest? Divided by v squared. So 1 plus x 1/3 in there, and that's squared. So technically, that is correct. That is the answer. But annoyingly, that is not what's presented there. That literally is very complex. You've got fractions inside fractions. The numerator here has fraction terms, 2 of them. So that does say, work me out here. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at this bit here, and we're going to simplify that. So I'm just going to take it, let's do the algebra stuff in the red over here. So what we've got here is x 1/2, and let's bring that up. So that's x negative 1/6. What do you do when you multiply variables with powers, same base, xx? So you add these two. So that's going to be a half minus, let's slow down here. What are we looking at? We've got 1/2. Just confirming that. Okay, just made a mistake there. That is not 1/6, it's 2/3. I'm just jumping ahead of myself, that's why. That is embarrassing. So that's 2/3. Okay, sorry about this. Okay. So 1/2 minus 2/3, and if we do my technique is to cross multiply, so 3 minus 4 over 6 is negative 1/6. Okay, so basically, if you were to simplify that, this is getting messy. You can get, this whole thing here can become negative 1 over 3 x to the power of 1/6. Because it was negative, dropping it down becomes positive. Okay, so the deal is the denominator is locked in. We can sort of see that in the answer. See that? This bit here. Sorry, not this section here. So we've got that already. 1 plus x to the power 1/3. Now we've got to deal with this top bit in here. So let's start with that as our approach. So what we're trying to do is, let's rewrite it. The numerator bit here, we've got 1 plus x 1/3 over 2x 1/2 minus, sorry, this is very messy, 3x 1/6. Okay, so the chance is to take this expression here and produce this bit in here. Okay, so there's our chance right now. And what we're going to do is literally cross multiply them. Okay, so this is good fraction skills. Yeah, how you can do this otherwise, I'm not quite sure, but we're going to put brackets around there. That times that is going to be 3x 1 plus x 1/3. And that over there is going to be minus 2x 1/2 over these two multiplied each other. That's going to be 2 times 3 is 6. Now, what's x half times? So let's just do it over here. So x half times x 1/6. So that's like saying a half plus 1/6. That's like saying 3 sixes plus 1/6 is 4 sixes, which is 2/3. So what we've just established here, that times that gives you x 2/3, right? Yeah, keep going. Okay, now what? Let's expand these things out. So that times that is 3x. Just slow down here. Have we made a mistake? Yes, we have. That is 1/6. That over there, so that's 3/1/6. Okay, that times that. Now this is getting complicated. That's going to be plus 3x 1/6 times x 1/3 minus that thing. Very easy to make mistakes here. Right, let's do this bit in here. Let's take it over here. So we've got what? X 1/6 times x 1/3. What do? You add that, so a bit messy, sorry. 1/6 plus 1/3. That's like saying 1/6 plus 2 sixes, which is like saying 3 sixes, which is like saying a half. So this whole thing in here came to be 3x a half. Now hang on, if that's 3x half, that is minus 2x half. Hey, 3 lots of it, minus 2. Okay, so what we've got it down to is 3x 1/6. And what happened here? 3x to the power of a half. I'll write it down here. So 3x half minus 2x half. What do you notice? You've got x half, and it's positive, right? So it's positive x to the power of a half. Whoa, we are winning. Okay, that is 2/3. So we're getting close. That there is, trust me, getting close to this. Now, if we were to cheat here and look at the answer, what we're seeing here is a common factor. Is there a common factor on the top line there? You can take out what? We can take out this thing here. So if we just focus on the numerator bit here, 3x 1/6 plus x 1/2. If we were to take a common factor of 1x 1/6 out, what's left? That just gives you 3, right? That times that's that. Now, what happens here? Now, this is a bit tricky. I'm just going to put here x. X to the power of 1/6 times something is going to give you a half. Okay, now, but, well, not times it, because it's, yeah, so if I put here a, Okay, A is the mystery, but we know it's got to equal 1. So if I said x16 times xa has got to equal x1/2. So 1/6 plus a equals 1/2. If we solve for a, it's going to be 1/2 minus 1/6. That is 3 sixes minus 1/6 is 2/3. No, slow down. 1/3. Two sixes. Whoops, 2 sixes, which equals 1/3. So we've just established that there is 1/3. So let's just do that now. Oh my goodness. I think you can see how horrendous this is. We've got x1/6 taken out. What's left? 3 plus x to the power of 1/3. Now already we're on target here, because what are you seeing here? We're seeing x 1/3 plus 3 on the top. Whoop, whoop. Okay, and now on the bottom here we've got 6 x 2/3. So let's deal with this bit here. Okay, so let's just take it over here. Let's got x16. If we bring that up to the top line, x negative 2/3. So 1/6 minus 2/3. What happens there? Okay, that's like saying 1/6 minus 4/6 is negative 1/2. So, and if we bring that down, it becomes positive. So lo and behold, what do we get? 3 plus x 1/3 over 6. And this bit here came out to be, should we say, x negative 1/2. Drop it down, that becomes, there we have it. And obviously what's missing? This bit up here. Whoa, slow down, sorry. This bit here, 1 plus x 1/3 squared. And that is horrendous. And we got there. Folks, practice. And if you do the mahi now, and honestly, if you really, if you want that top grade, that excellence grade, then this is the level that you need to be able to get through. And what do you notice here? That is a whole page of working. Okay, the good news is you could have stopped right here. Okay, but for some reason, if you do need to simplify, and we will be coming to later when you'll be examples where you do need to actually use this, for example, putting it equal to 0 or solving for something, that's where the skill set. But trust me, if you can do the algebra here, if you can do this fraction stuff, then you're really in a good position. So I really encourage you not to give up and keep going with it.